911, numbers forever branded in our minds as numbers of fear. But God would like to take those numbers and replace them with the numbers 316, the numbers of hope.
We heard an explosion. There was smoke rising out of the top of One World Trade Center.
And I always thought that by going to spiritualists and people, mediums, that they would be able to tell me what I can do.
It came to a point where I was suicidal.
I mean, had I survived cancer to be buried alive in this rubble? Was this my world? Was this my life?
I'm so glad that for such a time as this, there's a new set of numbers.
God's love. You cannot be good enough to make God love you more, because your goodness does not impact God's love. You have no thermostatic influence on God's love. You can't be good enough to make Him love you more. You can't be bad enough to make Him love you less. He has chosen to love you.
And I would just be in nightclubs all night, all hours of the day.
I started to spiral.
Come down here and show yourself to me tonight. I'm going to take my life.
Everything went black.
Deathbed converts and lifelong saints enter heaven by the same gate.
And that's the hope that I have, that I will see Jesus face to face, despite of all the things that I've done.
I began to feel a sense of hope.
And then at that point, my life just turned around.
And it reached me. It got me back into a community of believers. It got me back into actively serving the Lord.
That's the heart of God. Wherever there's agony, wherever there is despair, where there is mass destruction like that, that's where God is.
Could you use some hope? Could you use some encouragement? Could you use some life? I promise you will find it and more in these words.